Good evening. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. And oh man, we got a fun show for you tonight. So, Oregon is in all the news. Oregon 22 is being held in Eugene, Springfield, in Lane County, Oregon. And this is like the off year when you don't have this. This is like the Olympics, but on an off year. And it's being held in Eugene. It was announced, gosh, I remember when back in 2015, big news that it was coming to Oregon because it comes with millions and millions of dollars of money that's spent in the community. We're going to talk about that with Travel Lane County. And it comes as a great time when Eugene can introduce us to its brand new park down on the riverfront, which is going to be really cool. We're going to join Kim there in just a second. Our show is brought to you by Chris Dental Family Dentistry, where everyone matters, and at Elements Health Clubs, 3 locations in Lane County: Pheasant Boulevard in Springfield, West Eugene, West 11th, and at Oakway Center. And if you get our question tonight right, you will win. The first person to get it right will win 30 days membership for free. And if you're already a member there, they'll give you a free month. Now, this is the question. What event was added to the World Athletics? That's what's going on right now in Eugene in 2015. And the first correct answer wins. So what event was added to World Athletics in 2015? And that's our question tonight. And let's roll the open, and we're going to join Kim live down at the Riverfront Park. Well, Kim, how the heck are you?
Well, hello. We're great. We're down here at this beautiful riverfront right now.
Is that not the coolest park ever?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing what they've done down here. And I was asking Stephanie, I'm like, what was here before? I can't even remember now because it looks so different.
And tell us who Stephanie is and find out what was down there.
I know, I just found her. Okay, so Stephanie Scaffa is here. She's one of the organizers of this event. And thank you so much for coming over here. Okay, so tell me a little bit about this because you've been involved from the get-go. What was it hard to find partners? Was this quite the ordeal, or did you find that the community just kind of was looking forward to partnering up?
Yeah, so we're here at the downtown Eugene riverfront. This is formerly the site of EWEB, Eugene Water and Electric Board's utility.
Okay. Yep.
The city now took ownership of the property, and we're developing it in a way that I think is going to serve the community in a really interesting way, where we connect the downtown core to the riverfront and specifically to our beautiful Willamette River. The park just opened, so this project actually has like 3 components,
Okay.
not even counting the festival. So we've got the downtown riverfront park, which is a linear park that opened about a month ago.
Okay.
Then there's a private development that's going to be breaking ground after the festival is over.
Okay.
And then the steam plant is our former site that used to provide power to our downtown core.
Okay.
That's a separate project that's being handled by a firm that's looking to recreate that building into something new and different.
Okay.
And so in the interim, before all that development happens, we are really excited about the World Athletics Championships being in Eugene.
Yes.
And it's such a unique opportunity to take advantage of this moment in time. So we are hosting a 10-day celebration. It's free, open to the public. And this was an idea that was kind of the brainchild of city leadership years ago. We found out we got the bid in 2015 for the event, and we said, you know what, we're going to make this happen. We're going to make a festival happen here on our riverfront and really show off the best of Eugene.
So excited. And you have all sorts of activities, you guys. So down here on the waterfront, you can see the river. You can walk down on a path. And then behind us, there's a zip line. There's a big screen to see the events going on live. So if you can't make it to the track and field, you can watch them. Why did you decide to come down here versus being over at the track for all of this? I mean, obviously the space, but what else?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So historically, Eugene has hosted Olympic track and field trials in years past. And the city has always participated by hosting some events right next to Hayward Field.
Yeah.
Because of the scale of this particular event, the sheer number of media that needed to be accommodated, there wasn't actual space to host a festival like this down there.
Okay.
And so we also knew that Eugene is small compared to other places that have hosted this. And we want people to be out, like, really accessing our community. So Eugene's pretty easy to get around. You know, buses are free for people that have credentials and tickets to the event. There's a great bike share system. It's very walkable. So we really wanted to make sure people could see all of the community.
I love it. I love it. I love that you're showcasing this area. And if you guys who aren't familiar with Eugene, a lot of people are now because they're seeing this on the screen and they're looking at the beautiful city. It really looks great. So you guys have done an awesome job. Thank you for organizing this. If you guys have 5 more days to get to this festival, if you're in the area, it's all free. You come on in and you can enjoy this stuff for free. So awesome. Thanks so much, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, you guys, try to get out here if you can. Rick, it's really cool. You're in Montana now. You're missing out.
I know. It's all the fun stuff happens when I leave. See, they were just waiting for me to be gone.
We were waiting for you to leave. Yeah.
All right, Kim, I'm going to check in with you in a little bit here.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks. All right, again, another of our sponsors tonight is New Leaf Hyperbarics and Wellness Center. Matt's going to be joining us towards the end, talking a little bit about there's nothing that these athletes want more than a hyperbaric treatment, because after they're working and doing this stuff, a lot of big name athletes do this, have hyperbaric chambers. In fact, Matt is over in Redmond because he's going to help set up a clinic over there, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Earlier today, one of the instrumental groups in bringing this here was actually the state of Oregon and Travel Oregon. Travel Oregon is a state agency, but they gave a lot of money from the state to help make this happen and to get everything ready to go. And so we sat down with Andy Vibora from Travel Lane County and talked to him a little bit about what's going on and how it all works. So check this out. Man, there's a lot going on in Eugene. I leave and it turns into party town.
Yeah. You left, so we threw a party. Mm-hmm.
So Oregon 22, this is like a big deal. And
this is pretty huge. How exciting has it been? And it's been fun to watch it even on TV. And I know a lot of friends who are out there sending pictures and posting, and it's been perfect weather too. We really lucked out.
So we're going to talk with Andy Vibora, who is with Travel Lane County. And so we managed to get Andy and his staff to get their eyes open because they've been working their butts off.
Oh my gosh.
Tell people when it started, Andy, what it is. Kind of just give us the Reader's Digest condensed version.
Yeah. The World Athletics Championships. The rest of the world calls track and field athletics. That's the first thing. Here in the United States, we call it track and field, but the rest of the world calls it athletics. And I think that confused people for a long time. But World Athletics Championships started back in 1983. And so it happens in those off years from the Olympic Games. This round is a little bit funky just because everything got delayed because of COVID. So normally it would have happened last year in 2021, but this time around it's happening in 2022. So, it happens in very large metro areas around the world: London, Beijing, Doha, and so we were pretty thrilled back in 2015-16 when we were able to win the bid and Eugene was selected to host it. And Oregon, obviously, it took a whole village to bring it to bear, but a pretty special event. It's basically, the Olympic Games, but solely for track and field. So all the world's best athletes, many of the Olympic gold medalists or medalists and participants are here, and, spread out over 10 days and just a really great opportunity to showcase track and field.
So I've had people here in Montana come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, we're watching the games, and they cannot believe the new Hayward Field. Everybody thinks it looks like something off the Jetsons."
Yeah, the reimagined Hayward Field. This is my 30th year as a track official and a volunteer, and so I've seen a lot of great track meets and worked at the old Hayward Field. And the historic Hayward Field was a pretty magical place. But I tell you, this new reimagined Hayward Field is pretty special. The way that it was designed to manage the athlete flow and then just the amenities for the spectators. There's not a bad seat in the house. So I hope everybody's feeling a little bit of that Hayward magic, and they can tell all their friends and family, because we're going to be hosting lots and lots of track meets here in the decades ahead.
What does it mean too for Eugene? Have you noticed a lot of the businesses making comments on having a lot of people down there, and what areas? Because we've got the Riverfront Festival, you've got 5th Street. What's been seeing the most business?
Yeah, I think, one of the things, talking about this event over the past year, we had to kind of squash this myth that there was going to be 100 or 200,000 people coming, because somebody did some bad math of, 10 days of sessions and 20,000 people per day. That's 200,000 people. No. It's not 200,000 different people coming. So we had to kind of remind people it's probably 30 to 50,000 people coming in and out over a 10-day event. So there's lots of people for sure from all 50 states and over 40 countries here spectating, and then athletes from 192 or 197 nations. So it is a big deal, but it's not this overwhelming event. And so a couple of things we've been hearing is that, some of the businesses are a little bit disappointed that people aren't getting out and visiting their business. Part of that is the first 3 days of the event were, from morning till night. And so there wasn't a lot of time for people to explore. But now we're into a rhythm of weekdays where the sessions are all in the evenings and people have lots of time to get out and explore. So we hope that businesses start to feel that a little bit more. But as you said, there's some activation areas around Eugene Springfield that have really done a great job in programming to give people opportunities to mix and mingle. And that's another message that we're really trying to tell local people is, listen, this is a once in a lifetime event. People all over the world, come on down. I think everybody thought, again, it was going to be so crowded. I can't go out. I'm not going to be able to get to my grocery store. But no, you can get out, and we want you to get out, not only to support our local businesses, which we do all year round, but also to mix and mingle with folks. So we do have the Riverfront Festival at the new Eugene Riverfront Park. That's a great opportunity. It's got live streaming of the event. It's got music, food vendors, beverage vendors, etc.
So Eugene's kind of using that to show off this new park, because this has been in the works for a couple of years. And
yeah, exactly. And it turned out beautifully. And I think that, the other building around that new neighborhood down around the riverfront, that building will begin this fall. So people will start to see those apartment complexes and housing units come up. So that's going to be really exciting. But there are other activation areas, from, downtown Eugene. We have this new farmers market pavilion. They've got some music going every evening. The Whitaker neighborhood has programmed some really fun things. They had a Steve Prefontaine lookalike contest the other night that was wild. Oakway Center and the Fifth Street market areas are programmed. So lots of places for people to get out and mix and mingle with our visitors from around.
One of the things they did with the school too, my kiddo's school had over at the track, over at Marist, they got to meet the athletes and they said they were so gracious. The kids loved it. It was so cute.
Yeah, that's the thing I've noticed too. Just I work around the athletes at the events each night, and they're just super gracious. They're very thankful for every volunteer that helps out and helps them to do their best at the biggest track meet of their lives. So that is fun to see. And as you noted, a lot of these federations came in early to different communities throughout Oregon and up and down the West Coast to train ahead of the event. And Marist was the home for the USA team, but we had, I think, Finland down in Cresswell. We had the Italians here locally. We had a team up to McKinsey staying at the old U.S. Basketball Academy. So those are great opportunities, again, for those smaller communities to interact with some of these athletes and those federations, but also just to get connected to the event.
How much money does this bring in, do they estimate? When we used to be news people, Kim and I always have to come back with the estimate on how much money it's going to dump into the area.
Yeah, it's a little bit dated. Eco Northwest did a study a number of years ago that estimated an economic impact of around $52 million.
Wow.
It's hard to say, whether that's going to be completely accurate. It could be quite a bit higher than that. The compression in the accommodation section alone, which, moved people all the way down to Roseburg and all the way up North Valley, up even north of Salem, to find accommodations. So you've got that compression. So there's lots of hotel rooms and Airbnb and other commercial accommodations being used. But the other piece of that is the average daily rate, which is a lot higher than probably they ever anticipated back when they did this study. Right. So it's going to be a combination of all those things. And needless to say, it's a big impact.
Well, plus all the people that come, as long as you're in Oregon, they're going to go over to Florence.
Right.
They're going to hit Coos Bay. They're going to go up and down, see the coast because you're this close, and I love how you guys, I had Bonnie on last night from the Chamber in Springfield. And I love how this is a Eugene Springfield event. It's not, and it's it's a Lane County thing. It's and Oregon. It's not just
it's really Oregon. We have to thank the state for jumping in and helping in a big way, and Travel Oregon has just always done great work, and they've done it again around this event and supporting it. So yeah, I think Oregon is going to show up well in the 6,500 hours of live television coverage watched by over 1 billion people worldwide. So this is the third largest event watched on television behind the Olympic Games and the World Cup. So it's a big deal. So a lot of people seeing these beautiful shots as they kind of cut in and out on those commercials of the whole state of Oregon. Man, what a platform for us to show off our beautiful state.
Yeah.
All right. Andy Babora, thank you, and all you guys over at Travel Lane County for what you do to bring attention to the area. And when the 10 days is over, you can take a nap.
Go get some coffee for now.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe sneaking one in under my desk before I have to be at the over at Hayward in an hour. So
make sure you don't lay on Baxter the dog.
That's right. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Andy, thank you for your time, man. See you
Yeah,
later.
good to see you.
Clubs, you get more than a workout. You get results-driven fitness and nutrition help no matter where you're starting in your health journey. You get luxury club benefits like a heated pool, hot tub, sauna, steam room, and wellness centers. You get academy-level group training classes like HIIT, boxing, TRX, and barbell strength. And your kids get childcare centered around movement with activity and a purpose. You get 3 convenient locations with 1 membership. All the amenities of a luxury health club with the membership prices of a neighborhood gym. Elements Health Clubs, we are more than a workout.
A lot of businesses and a lot of individuals feel like they want to support them, but they feel like they can't because they feel like they'll be retaliated against, and I don't care. Like, I don't. I think we should support our police. They're wonderful people. They're not racist. They're not, they support, it's who we call when we have an emergency. I do a lot of sponsorship with the police departments locally. I feel like they don't have enough support, and I wanted to show my support by putting the billboard up. And I got Rick, I got you on the billboard. I got Kilcullen on the billboard, and I just want to show our support. I think more businesses need to show they back the blue.
And Dr. Michael Bratlin, thank you for your sponsorship. And there's Kim again.
Guess who I found?
Pardon me?
Guess who I found?
Who'd you find?
Hey,
Hey,
Rick.
Timmy. Tim Schley, he's the man behind my deodorant.
What's going on?
How are you? What are you doing out there?
Oh, we're out at the Riverfront Festival, and I am representing, my natural products business, Green Theory. Here we go. And living the dream, Rick.
So, Kim, did you see all the deodorant and stuff he has?
I just tried the lavender evergreen. It's really good.
And you guys, this is all natural. There's none of that crap that's gonna, there's nothing you can't pronounce on the label.
I did notice that too. I can read it all.
And I use it every day, and I'm not just saying that, I do. And it's like, I get pretty sweaty at the gym, and I'm not a stinker.
I bet you are a stinker. So
I
he
am
has
a
a lot of
stinker.
different scents.
So, Tim, tell them about the hunting stuff.
Okay, yeah. So I have a whole set of tree scents for hunting, so you can kind of blend into your surroundings while you're out there. So I have fir, pine, cedar, juniper, and then of course I have unscented as well. If it didn't fit one of those trees that you were in.
So you are there's a whole bunch of different vendors right in that area of the river park.
Yeah.
Right?
So let me see here. Can you see? We got a whole lineup over here.
Okay.
And then my booth mate right here is Nikki, and she sells these amazing soaps. Her business is Chamomile Jane.
I've heard of her.
Yes,
In fact, I have. Yes, I've used her soap.
Yep, you have used her soap. Yeah.
I have. You gave me some, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So is that kind of the cool thing about Eugene and where you are, is that you can come in and create your own natural product? I mean, you can do your own thing. That's kind of what people are doing now, aren't they?
Right. Yeah. And, this community is so supportive of handmade, high quality, locally sourced products, and pretty much everyone around here, that's what it is.
All right, man. Kim, good seeing you.
Yeah.
Say hi and tell Kim thanks for being here.
Of course. She's got to get
All
her
right.
kid on the zip line.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, if they don't weigh enough, Kim, just tie them together.
Okay. I'll
Just say they started out this way and now they're twins again and they're going to go together. I'm just
They
giving
will
you.
do it, Rick. They would do that.
I'm just helping. Tell Everett hello and Elena and let them go do it.
Okay.
All right. See you guys later. So again, it's called Green Theory. You can find it at local stores and stuff like that. I use it all the time. It's awesome. He also makes a chapstick and he makes a hair a gel that you can use as well. Sarah has some thoughts about this, and we're going to check in with Matt McCarl, who's in Redmond, Oregon. Sarah, what do you got to say?
Elements Health Clubs in Springfield. What a fun week it has been, having athletes from all over the world right here in our hometown, Lane County, Eugene, Oregon. It has been so cool, so inspiring, so motivating. We talk about that all the time, being consistent, being motivated. These athletes show what that really can turn into. So whether you are here passing through, whether you're here and you live here, come and see us at Elements. We want to be here to support you on your health journey. It may not look like a world meet, but it can be to function and help your life every single day and make your health better.
And every one of their gyms has a swimming pool, and the Springfield gym has a lap pool outside, which right now I would die for, to be able to swim outside. Now we're going to check in with Matt McCarl from New Leaf Hyperbaric and Wellness Center. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Rick?
Well, you and I are kind of like losers. It's like I go to Montana when the biggest event comes to Eugene, and you're over in Redmond. What the heck's wrong with us?
Right, I know. Well, I only 2 hours ago, so not so bad.
So what do you are putting in a lot of athletes, these folks who are at least they're probably using hyperbarics at some location or some place when they're doing this, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of athletes are, Rick, and we've had a few come in. I was thinking I might get more, but really, I've seen a few. I would love to say who, but HIPAA and stuff keeps me from saying who, and I don't want to let folks know who has maybe the competitive edge.
For those who aren't familiar, this is it's just pure oxygen under pressure, and it really just ignites you and helps you heal. But it also gets you ready if you're going to do a marathon or you're going to be going out
right.
a hill climb or a mountain climb.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of athletes use it. One of the big names that was really big, LeBron James, because he's like, the old guy in the NBA, still out there outdoing the young guys. And so there's actually a YouTube video. You can go and see him getting in his hyperbaric chamber. But a lot of them use it for post-training, just to be able to get that extra little, not injure themselves. And then, or maybe some of them use it prior to the event just to boost their oxygen. So think of it like I'm in Redmond, right? High altitude. I come over here and I train up here at the high altitude. And then I go run an event at sea level. I have all this extra oxygen, but that's because the body makes extra red blood cells because I'm up here in the lower altitude. We're doing similar stuff by just infusing the plasma with the oxygen at the same level without having to go train for months at a lower altitude.
And you do treatments there at the center by Valley River, but you're over there setting up a clinic. Tell people about that.
Yeah, so I met some folks a couple months ago that their family member had to have hyperbarics after some crazy surgeries and medical stuff going on, but they had to travel clear to Texas to do it and get all the things done because they had never heard of us. So they traveled to Texas. I think that's where the surgery was happening anyway. So they were having a specialist do all this stuff. And they reached out and talked with me about how to open a clinic here in Bend. And so I'm over here helping them get that set up, doing some training with them for the next couple of days on how to run a clinic.
And then people can also, like a lot of times people like it's going through cancer treatment and stuff, will put these in their home. and you can help set that up as well. And some of it's permanent, and some of it they can just use them during the process.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Rick, because as soon as I drive home Thursday, I grab my van and I load it full of a chamber to drive to Central Point to help a gentleman who has Lyme and a couple other autoimmune things he's dealing with. And his doctor he's working with down in Medford said, you just need a chamber in your house.
So don't you think it's kind of funny, Matt, that how much we spend as a culture on drugs? I was, recently when Kathy's eye went bad, we, had a problem with it. I had to go to the pharmacy, and I'm looking back there in there and going, there's probably $1 million worth of drugs in there. And you see how many little bags there are, and people they're just going out the door. There's a line, and you think we're just medicating ourselves when this is a natural way that can help a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's not, I can't say that it's going to cure somebody, but it's going to make life better. And I don't know of a lot of pharmaceutical medication that's going to cure somebody either.
Right.
It's going to help the body do what it needs to do artificially, where oxygen helps it naturally do what it can do. It gives us the tools it needs to repair itself.
So you have one in your house too, don't you?
Maybe.
Yeah. You spoiled brat. So you know how you guys, most people, like when somebody has a swimming pool in the summer, they all want to come over and play. Matt's house is, hey, Matt, yeah, we wanted to invite ourselves over. And while I'm here, can I spend an hour?
Yeah.
Now, I only did that once, and then I learned it was food, and everything like that. But then I went over and said, do you have a tanning, one of the Hyperbaric light beds? Not Hyperbaric, light beds.
Yeah, right.
Because they also do light therapy too, and that's another topic. But you guys, oh my gosh, that's another thing that is really restorative. And people like me that work out too much, it's a must. I mean, it's like having a massage, and you do massage as well, so you really are taking care of people.
Yeah. And right now because of Oregon 22, we're running a special till the end of the month. You can get 3 Hyperbarics or 3 massages or 5 hair beds for $220. So 22. I try to play with the theme there a little bit, and that's what I can do. It's a really great deal for all those therapies.
Okay, Matt McCarl, New Leaf Hyperbarics and Wellness Center. Thanks for joining us from Redmond. Have fun tomorrow getting that all set up, and then get back home so you can enjoy the festivities.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt. See you later. All right, you guys. So that is it for our show tonight. And please, when you see it, if you like our content, and you're seeing our sponsors, go check them out. Go find out more about them, because that's how we make this all happen for you and for us. So what's coming up tomorrow night? Tomorrow we are going to Philomath, Oregon, to talk to a farmer who does restorative or regenerative farming, and they also have a winery called Compton Family Wines. And you're going to be amazed at how they do this, because it's a supernatural process and it's very interesting. So we'll be joining them tomorrow night. And then on Thursday, we're going to Ferris Lumber. We're talking about fires and what the timber industry thinks should be done in Oregon to prevent wildfires. So that's coming up on Thursday. I'm Rick Dancer. Thanks for joining us. Share this on your page so other people can see it, and let them know that you're watching us. And we will